Hi! That was actually way too enthusiastic. Um, so this week I'm reviewing Percy Jackson Olympians, the second book, which is called The Sea of Monsters. This book is much smaller than the first one because the first one was about 370 pages, I'm pretty sure is what I said. But this one is only about 270. But Riordan? See, I looked it up and then I forgot because there was only one person who said it. Riordan is what I say, but I have no idea what the other people said. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just gonna go with Riordan. So I wrote a summary basing it a lot off of the back. I just changed it a bit to make it a little shorter and it's already easy to understand, but I did take a lot from this summary. So here is the summary on my laptop. Percy's 7th grade year has been really quiet. No monsters have attacked the school or him all year. But when a game of dodgeball between Percy and his classmates turns into a death match against ugly cannibal giants, things get, well, ugly. Then Annabeth appears without warning, and she brings bad news. Someone has poisoned the borders of Camp Half-Blood, and unless a cure is found, the only safe haven for demigods will be destroyed. So there is the summary of the book, and as I said for the last book, this is ages between 12 and 13, because since he's in 7th grade now. Yeah, so 12 and 13 is ages for this book series. I'm still going with my 9.99999999 for the ratings. I think that's going to be the whole series. I'm not going to bother putting ratings on the other ones since the whole series is basically 9.999999 because I can't do a 10. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm just not going to bother putting any ratings on the other books. I'm just going to say this now. So, this book is 279 pages long, so I did the math, and that is about 83,700 words. A little less, a little more, depends, and that's a lot of words, but it's a lot less than the other books that I have been starting to do this thing on. Even though this book is small, a lot goes on. I mean, a lot goes on. There's so many twists and turns and all things happening and different surprises happening that you won't even know this will happen. So, characters. So, since this is Greek mythology, by now, if you actually listened to the first book, you would have gotten the series, unless you just don't like it and you're just a weirdo watching reviews of the second book, even though you haven't read the first one, which is really weird. Why would you do such a thing? But I'm not here judging, okay? I'm not here judging. So a few things that I mention each week about what I'm doing series, or just novel what book I'm doing next. Well, since this is a series still going on, I have to do the third one, and then after that will be 4th and 5th books. But the third one is back here, which is The Titan's Curse. So that is what we will be doing. When I keep saying we, that is what I will be reviewing next week. Because I am the only person in this room. You are watching this. You are not part of this. So why do I keep seeing... Now I can't even speak. That is great. Let me just put this book back in. I don't even know. So here's this. This book is something that I want to mention because this is another series by Riordan, however you want to say, Riordan. I don't know. But here is another series he's written, and it is still with the Greek gods, but he's put Roman in there too, the Roman forms of some of the Greek gods and goddesses, which is still pretty cool. I have been reading this since Monday, and I'm recording Saturday. I'm almost done. I have less than 100 pages left. I have to finish this today so I can get the next book from one of my friends, because she's letting me borrow it. But I have to finish this today. But anyway, this is another series, and it's about Greek mythology and with mixing with Roman, and it is actually set a little over a year after Percy Jackson, which I'm really happy about because I've been wanting to figure out if he wrote a series that had been connected with Percy. And I'm really happy that my friend found this. I don't know why. I didn't even dig deep into this. I really love the series, and I usually dig deep into different books the authors have written of things that I really like, because I do that all the time, and that's why my book wish list is humongous. But I really didn't look into what it is what. I just went all the Rick Riordan, whatever books. I just went all of them because they all seem pretty cool, because he's written a series about Norse mythology, and there's another one with Egyptian mythology, and it just all sounds pretty cool because I'm really interested into different types of mythological things, and I have no idea how come I just completely missed this existed. It is amazing. These characters are actually starting out a little older, because in the Percy Jackson series, he starts out 12. They start out 15, 16. And it is really big. It is 550 pages, which I have no idea how many words that is. I wasn't deciding to review it. I was just wanting to tell you that this does exist. And so if you do get the Percy Jackson series, this is something you can read afterward, since it does mention Percy, Annabeth, and stuff in them. Yeah, and stuff in them. That's yeah. But I just wanted to mention that. Now on to why I am actually kind of upset with my mom right now. And y'all will probably be confused about it. So, remember when I had told y'all that my mom messaged Robert Beatty on Facebook? I'm pretty sure that's what she messaged him on. I don't think I mentioned Facebook, but whatever. She messaged him, and he replied and told me that he really loved my video, and I showed the picture of the message and everything. Well, my mom has messaged another author. And now I'm hoping she will stop because it's freaking me out. But she messaged Neil Shusterman, the co-author of Dry. And I'll put it on the screen or whatever of the message. And it wasn't as descriptive or whatever as Robert Beatty's message, but it was still a shock that authors would actually replying. I don't know why it's such a shock, because they're normal people like us too. They just have this creative mindset to write books that are amazing. But it just feels like such a shock, because if you messaged a singer, your favorite singer somewhere, you wouldn't expect them to reply or something, and then they do, and you're just like, but they probably won't, because that they're more famous or whatever, and so they'll just eh. And they get like probably millions of messages daily. So like, I don't know. But it just feels weird that an author that you've really enjoyed one of their books, they just reply. And for some reason, I feel like they don't have a lot of time because they're authors. They have to write. And I don't even think about the fact that since it takes so long to write a book, it's just weird. I don't know why. It just feels weird. So that is basically all I have for this week. Fly you high, Overlanders.